Good evening. I thought we would do a spooky reading tonight with, as promised, Kenneka Jenkins. Also, if you see like a little baby ant going by, one or two maybe, they're actually getting in from my back patio door. So they're like little baby ants and they're sneaking their way in, and sometimes they get in the reading but it definitely does mean something, because remember I told you guys every little thing does mean something. But I think they're kind of trying to get in the readings now. But it's really cute. It's just usually one or two you may see going by or something. But they have tried to make a home in my home, and I have to handle that. So the weather's changing, as you know, and they're just being little baby ants, you know what I mean? So anyways, we're going to get into her reading and take care of that problem soon. All right, so we did do an update with her as far as a requested video where someone did ask a question. Would they reopen her case? We've already done that reading, but I really wanted to go into her reading, which I didn't get a chance to do. Now today I did go to like a spiritual shop. I had gotten, I got some sage to burn, and also I got this bracelet. Okay, it's kind of cool. Just some spiritual things for protection and mind opening and stuff like that as far as the readings goes. I'm still kind of learning what things mean. Okay, as far as being careful what you wear, necklaces, bracelets, rings, you do have to be careful with that stuff, y'all. But I thought it was pretty cool, so I got it. And I definitely had to get some sage for her reading and also future readings that I got coming up that are pretty dark and twisted. So we will start the reading. Kenneka Jenkins. This is one of my cool girls here that I really like, one of my cool spirits. I like all my spirits, but they're just like people, you know, they all have different characteristics about them. They're different in many different ways. Yes, she agrees, it's true. And I treat them accordingly, just as if they were my children, okay? Let's see here. So we are doing Kenneka Jenkins. I do believe that her spirit is here. All right, cool. That's all we needed to know. Hello, Kenneka. How are you doing this evening? Let's start your reading, okay? Give us enlightenment, guidance, and answers on what we need to know. This is going to be very spiritual too as well. Fix the lighting here. There we go. There may be some things happening too. I'm just going to warn you. Okay. So what I do believe is there was a particular person or particular people that may have attended this party that maybe she did see before, maybe an ex, something like that. Also, someone was there to kind of be used as a lure, like, oh, girl, you know, so-and-so is going to be there. We talked about in a lot of these cases and readings that usually does happen. And I believe that's really the only reason she kind of went in the first place, okay? Is there was somebody she was kind of crushing on at this party. And I've also heard that a lot with her case and also some of her readings. So that's good. That's kind of matching up, because I believe that was a very strong factor in the reason she went in the first place. Okay. Now, this story, I believe, is a story that led up to that night. It's not something I feel just happened that night, okay? This has a lot of background to it of why this happened the way that it did. There's a lot of jealousy, a lot of envy, okay, against her. Now, as you know, when she got there and spent some time at this party, she kind of wanted to get out of there. She wanted to back off. She wanted her space from this party because, again, we were talking about how her ancestors were really, really nudging her to get out of this situation, that something bad was going to happen. And I feel that her intuition was very strong, even though I feel that she waited way too late, ignored a lot of the signs, okay? Also, I feel she wanted to back off of whatever group this was. People she was hanging around was just a bad influence, and it was doing nothing but bringing her down, okay? And she wanted to come up. She wanted growth. She wanted to do better in her life. She wanted a better life for herself. Now, I don't feel Kenneka is the same as the people that she hung around, okay? She's very smart, very talented. She had way more going for herself. And I feel that they knew it, and I believe she knew it too, okay? There's a lot of lies told about that night, her case, a lot of lies told on her, and that's the truth. We're going into these types of people, especially the person who did this to her. This is our narcissist, psychopath, sociopath card. So we're going into these types of energies, okay? And a lot of these people she was hanging around had these traits. And I feel she was trying to really get out, you know, out of this situation, away from these people, away from these energies, all right? Just seemed like that whole night was planned from beginning to end, okay? I know a lot of that camera footage makes it look like it just went on and on and on and on forever, y'all, but I don't believe that's the case. I believe that this plan went into motion very quickly, okay? It didn't take long for her to be in this setting for things to kind of start to change, things going in motion, this plan going in motion, okay? And there was a female helper. You already know who I think it is. And it usually is the person who is closest to you, okay? Spirits have told lessons about your friends and people you're close to watch your back, to never trust people, okay? And that's really the lesson. She has transitioned and had a rebirth with herself. This is her. She's looking up. There's positive things now coming in and happening for Kenneka that did not happen here. She did not get a chance to progress in the way that she wanted to, out of this situation, away from this negative group, okay? Now, I believe she was called that day, like, hey, you know, we got this thing going on. You know, she was lured to this party. She was speaking to people about, you know, whether she wanted to go or not, all right? So she did receive a call and was lured to this party, I believe, because there's a specific person there, or there was a specific person said to be there, that she had some kind of connection or interest in, okay? And when she got to the party, I believe she was instantly being watched. Again, this is pre-planned. So she's being watched. She's being, you know, making sure she doesn't leave the party, that everything goes the way it's supposed to go, all right? But this was the ultimate plan, was to take her life, to sacrifice her, okay? This person is definitely a murderer. This is not an accident. And that is a silver lining, and this was done for money. There's so many ways that someone could profit off of her murder, okay? She's a young, healthy girl. To me, this could also resemble some things of feeling like a hit, all right? She definitely was targeted. This was on purpose. This was premeditated. This was not an accident. This even kind of resembles the hotel, you guys. This is definitely done for a come up, as you know. A female trader. Definitely, I feel this person betrayed her that she was close to. There's a very strong sense, again, of jealousy and envy, okay? She was hurt very badly. This is a very strange case and strange night that this happened. Okay, now the camera's changing. We're going into some things here. So the spirits are talking to me now. That's what's changing everything. All right, especially her. Someone's whispering to me in my ear. Okay, what I'm hearing is this particular hotel, and there's certain hotels in this area as well, in Chicago, okay? It's not just rumors, you guys. These are very true allegations. It's kind of like, what would you say, like, if someone was telling a folk tale or something about a place, but people don't know if it's true or not, so they just say, oh, it's a folk tale or it's a haunted story, but it's actually true, okay? So this particular hotel and certain hotels in this area, y'all, are into some really strange stuff. All right, so there's like a cult, a group, a elite group, okay, who not only run this hotel, but own this hotel. It makes a lot of money, and it sure ain't because people are staying there laying their heads, all right? There's a little more to it going on. We talked about how these businesses operate. They got stuff going on in the back. You know, like you got a barbecue spot, but you can go get your feet, your nails done, your hair done. There's different operations going on, okay? Secret things that are making more profit, if you will, all right? Keeping these businesses alive and running in a very prominent way, y'all. All right. So it is not surprising to me to hear about disappearances, missing people, odd stories, maybe even hijackings, robberies. I mean, this particular hotel, many hotels in this area are very sketchy. All right. Allegedly, right? They are very sketchy. Now, at this party, she feels trapped. She's saying there is no way out. There's no way out. Creepy night, to say the least, y'all. Okay, first of all, this is a very paranormal thing going on as well. Again, I don't know what these young people are worshiping into because it's crazy. But this has to do with some very ritualistic things, all right? This isn't just plain murder. This is like, if we're going to murder the girl, we're going to get something out of it, right? So it's like not only some type of weird ritualistic sacrifice. I told you, allegedly, this hotel is into some really weird things. And I feel these kids were into some really weird things, okay? There has been stories of people going there and just disappearing. All right? This is a fact. People being set up there, people being really hurt, taken right out of their sleep. Y'all, there's some weird stuff going on, okay? Now, it's also telling me that this particular hotel, this location, people that are owners or people that really have a big name in this hotel, okay, they're from some faraway place. They have accents. I hear them, okay? They speak another language. They're from somewhere else. They're very prominent people, very important people, okay? Very strange. And she was murdered, and I always thought this kind of looked like her in the freezer. At some point, I feel Kenneka, what you would call, just went ahead and submitted herself to what was going on. She was fighting. She was pounding on the door to be let out for help. But at some point, I feel she knew this is getting ready to happen. Okay? I feel that she felt the presence of death. This is really sad, okay? The reality of it, all right? Where she gave up fighting and yelling, not just because of exhaustion, but just the realization that she knows what the end is going to be eventually. Okay. So what this is telling me, and the feeling I'm getting, is like submitting to your circumstances. All right. And a lot of people do this, like if in starvation, just whatever the elements are that they're in, that they have a realization they're not probably going to get out of. A lot of people just submit. All right. And she was talking to someone, and someone would say, oh no, that's a part of, freezing to death or whatever they call it. There's a word, but it has totally skipped my mind. Someone was there with her, but someone would have said, oh, she's hallucinating. No. And I feel this kind of happens too when you're getting ready to leave the physical plane and going into a spiritual plane, meaning death, okay? She was talking to someone. I don't know why I get grandmother, great-grandmother, grandmother, for sure. It's someone who has definitely crossed over before her, who was looking over her. It feels to me like a grandmother, a great-grandmother, okay? This is also someone I feel was watching her through her life as well. Very interesting to see her in that freezer doing this, okay? We already know corruption when we see it. We've already talked about these sketchy hotels and operations, and we've already been there, done it. All right? We've already been there, done that. This, again, is also why this case is so kind of untouchable at some point. There's a lot connected, a lot going on. It's not just them kids, y'all. It's not just them children that were in there at this party doing this or whatever. This is, and I wouldn't say all of them were kids, but to me they're kids, because most of them are like, 20, 21, whatever. To me, they're kids, all right? But it's bigger than that. It's bigger than that, y'all. All right? There's a lot of secrets, especially what happened in that room with her, okay? And that's the truth. There is DNA evidence, She was fighting. She was taken advantage of. She was SA. There's a lot of DNA evidence going on. They have tormented this girl, tossed her back and forth, beat her, tore patches out of her hair. See, these are things that they have not told you. All of these details, all right? She has bruises. She has scratches. She has broken fingernails. She has chipped teeth. She has, again, patches pulled out of her hair. That's why she's looking so rough in that freezer, y'all. I mean, look, it's one thing to freeze to death, but it's one thing to look like you got hit by 6 different cars, too. There definitely was a brawl, a fight. She's fighting for her life, y'all. She's fighting not to be locked into that freezer. All right? She did fight. Now, I'll give her that. I don't know. I guess she had a broken foot, too. Okay. Police, we won't even go there. Toss it, trash it. All right. Right, Kenneka, right. Trash it. All right. Because we, the people, have done a better job of figuring this thing out. All right. Her hand was injured as well. Foot broken. All messed up, y'all. All messed up in that freezer. That has nothing to do with freezing to death. All right. So there's a lot of politics involved. We talked about spiritual things with politics. We talked about these places with politics, you know, these secret groups, these reasons that businesses even are still up and running today. All right. And it ain't because people love to travel and go to sleep in hotels. That's not it. That's not keeping the lights on, y'all. Lots of corruption. We need this card. People paid off, told to hush. Don't say this, you didn't see that. Money kind of helps people forget things and puts blinders on people, okay? Money helps people go away and not keep pursuing the truth about what happened that night with her. Now, she was in fear. There's a lot of spiritual things going on at that night, okay? And the group doesn't want to be exposed, as you know. They don't want the truth out, y'all. Again, done by dark forces. I say evil entities that night. That hotel is evil. Let's start there. People in these groups are evil. Doing evil things. I wouldn't be surprised if I get a specific card tonight. I got my mind on it, y'all. Predator did this, seeked her out to do this, okay? She was locked in that freezer, felt imprisoned. There was no way out. She wants her blind justice, okay? There's a Christian faith coming through. A lot of prayers have went out for Kenneka. Even to this day, we still praying for it. Don't matter. For the truth to come out. There's a lot of hidden secrets. And she does want war. We are in the hotel room. They, again, have tore off her clothes. There's a lot of roughing up going on in these rooms, all right? She was lured to this specific party, this thing going on, all right? But she was definitely essayed, y'all. We're not going there about the father figure. We're not calling that hotline tonight, y'all, okay? We're not doing it. These people in spirits thought they got a victory over her, okay? Again, I don't know if she was very, very early on in pregnancy or plans of having a baby in the future, but this card, it just won't go away, all right? This whole thing I keep picking up with her. It's saying, listen, investigation done, very terrible one at that. I feel she was very drugged, and it was something very, very strong that made her hallucinate as well. The things she was doing in the freezer were not hallucinations, excuse me. These were interactions or an interaction with her spirit guide, which I feel again is a grandmother, a great grandmother, okay, that has already crossed over. The drug that they drugged her with made it very hard for her to escape. Oh, there's that baby in I told y'all about. He's coming in to read. Made it very hard for her to escape. Okay? She was alone that night. She was wanting her friend to help her, but we already know what it is, y'all. A lot of conspiracy theories about what happened. And we're learning more about what happened and about this hotel and all this corruption and sketchy things going on. You're going to places thinking you're safe, that there's security, so what could go wrong? All right, y'all. We're learning today. Let's go more into Kenneka's killer here because I'm a little intrigued. And yes, I'm trying to take care of this little baby ant. They want to make little baby ant farms and do crazy stuff. Get in the readings right now. I guess it's going to be a summertime thing, y'all, that these little baby ants like to be in our little nightly readings. Sorry, they just little baby ants. Little harmless. All right, so we got important details are not being revealed to the public at this time. Well, you got that right. It's so important that it's hidden things for sure. All right. Killer had an argument or disagreement with the victim. Absolutely. There was an argument, a fight that broke out. Not a fair one. They jumped Kenneka. She still held her own, though, for her just to be by herself, y'all. She held her own now. All right? She did fight. Victim engaged in unusual behavior prior to the crime, like doing weird stuff, y'all. I do want to see if I get this particular card in this reading, because I'm going to go ahead and call it. Illegal activities played a role. Yeah, they in there. And that, come on now, Kenneka. In that hotel, they've been doing illegal activities. Several different things. Allegedly. Okay? But you know what I'm talking about, y'all. When you can go to Ray Lee's Chinese spot and he doing about 6 different things. You know what I mean? Besides making fried rice. And you know what I'm talking about. And like I said, this is how most of these companies and places do their thing. All right, this is how you become rich, is you have your hand in about 12 different things, whether it's corrupt or not. You got to have different things going. All right. That whole place I told you is sketchy. Is I don't know what. Premeditated murder, killer planned out the details in advance. We already said that this was pre-planned. Okay, this is not something like, oh, let's do this tonight. 5 minutes in the party, oh, let's do this. No, this was pre-planned. She was set up, okay? Drugs may be an important factor in the case. Absolutely, she was drugged. They were doing drugs, drinking, partying. Ain't nothing new. And money may be involved. Now, that's a no-brainer. We're going to find about, 6 different ways to make money off this girl before she's done. This is what they do. All right? Nobody's murdering these days for free. I told you a body is worth a lot. All right? And depending on the circumstances as well. We are learning bodies make money. All right, we're learning things like that now. So let's go into some things, because I really do think I might get this card, y'all. If I do, then it is what it is. This one. I'm going to go to these right quick. Because I'm intrigued now. You got me invested in it. Alright. So, Kenneka, what kind of stuff they do in that hotel? Or what were you being preserved for? Alright. Let's do that. Y'all. You can't make this up. You can't. I said if I get this card, it is what it is. Didn't I say that? I said if I got that card, it is what it is. I know I said that. Came out first. Just shuffled it. And I just asked the deck and asked Kenneka. What were you being preserved for? Why did you have to be frozen? All right. This is all a game. Y'all saw that kitchen down there. Do y'all really think they're using that kitchen for a kitchen, y'all? Y'all saw that down there looking like some autopsy funeral home. All right. You can't make this up allegedly, y'all. All right. Now, at this time, of course, she was alive when this was planned. You know what to do with her. I told you, people aren't just killing people now just for fun. They are realizing you can make big money off of people, y'all. Okay? With different things, different methods. We got internet. We can reach people all over the world now. Things like this is going on, y'all. This ain't a joke. It's all kinds of stuff going on in Chicago and that place and other places allegedly, okay? A lot of sketchy stuff. Money involved, okay? This is a random area she was put. They just threw her in there. Physical evidence, all right? And that's crazy. I said if I get that card, and I started on these instantly. And I said if I got that card, it was what it was. That came out the first time I asked her that. I know it. I knew it. I kept hearing it. But I said, let me just confirm. Let me not, you know, just say something and not have it backed up. You know what I mean? A friend set her up. Okay? We know this. Happened in the city. We're talking about Chicago. Family member, look, set up, planned. But you know, even though this was planned, the plan didn't go as smooth as it was supposed to, y'all. It was so interrupted. Her spirit was fighting. She had spirits fighting with her. It didn't go like it was supposed to go. Okay? Above ground. We've already talked about the argument that busted out, y'all. We talked about the phone call. Yes, we did. All right. And I hope y'all know if you've ever done studying that freezing to death is one of the most painful deaths there is. Oh, yes. Talk about it, Kenneka. Talk about you was in agony, suffering in there. I know it. Her. And I got this card, too. That's how we know something crazy is going on. And also stored. She's being stored. Okay. She is deceased. Okay. That is very good for those cards. In fact, amazing, right? Okay, so I ain't the first person that said it either, so Okay. Let's see if we can find these little cards. That is crazy, y'all. That is wild. Okay, Kenneka, you're doing a great job. Thank you so much for coming forward this evening. Okay, these people have been in the system. They've been in trouble before, okay? Just a bunch of hell raisers. That's what I get. And at night, they raised hell. Tapping into things you don't need to be even tapping into. Messing with these elites from far places that's into things you have no idea. Okay? Girl. We'll just put that to the side because I'm already getting upset looking at that card. Again, storage. That's what they do. Okay. Whoa. Storing things in that freezer. And I ain't just talking about steaks, y'all. Okay? Allegedly, right? So this happened in the past. This is my girl Kenneka. We know the outcome here. Oh, Lordy, she was followed, double teamed, people just coming out of nowhere on this girl, okay? There's details. A shot in the dark. This happened at night in the city, in Chicago, and she's been long gone, okay? All right, very good. Because these other cards are depicting, you know, again, these elites. Okay, it's okay. Go ahead and change it, sweetheart. These elites in secret groups. All right. The search that was done for her where she was by herself. She was already transitioning, actually, way before she submitted herself. High places, you know, this is going into some things, y'all. You already know corruption at its finest, okay? We all have kind of tapped into that on Crime TV, and you've learned a lot from me and the spirits about how this thing really works, okay? These ain't just crimes to be crimes. These have purposes. They have money behind it. All right? Everybody's out here just killing for kicks. I never even thought Jeffrey Dahmer was just killing for kicks. No, I never did. You mean to tell me he's got all these body parts and pictures of things and records of things? And come on, y'all, he ain't making no money. He keeps getting fired at every job he's ever had. And every job he's ever had hasn't been the greatest, right? So it's like, how in the world do you think he was making money? Use your brain here. People aren't out here just killing to be killing. It's a job. They got to clean up. They got to hide things. They got to lure people with things. It's not cheap. You know what I mean? I'm still looking into that if he was into some things, y'all. I'm going to tell you the truth. Because ain't no way. Okay, let me try these cards about what's going on with Kenneka Jenkins here. Sword and Rose, clarity and truth. Revelations, honor, protection, determination. Okay, she wants her truth out. She wants people to know the corruption behind all this. All right? We do. A lot of us do, Kenneka. But most of the world needs to be woke up. Most of the world needs to be awakened. Seduction. Attraction, teasing, hooking up, and date, third-party temptation. So, again, I feel she was lured there. Saying, oh, so-and-so's going to be here. Okay? Picture, looking at pictures, missing you, nostalgia, make new memories. Okay, she is missing her family. There's people missing Kenneka. All right. Okay, she had a crush on somebody as well. Yeah, twin flame, yin yang imbalance. So speaking of kind of the person she had the crush on, okay? They weren't meant to be together, no how. That's what I get. All right. Hammer, sabotage and rebuild, persistent, working on it, repairing. Okay. So she is working on herself now. She's rebuilding herself, okay? And basically what has happened to her, but I also feel like this person, maybe this could have been someone that she briefly was seeing, that something happened, interrupted their relationship, whatever. And she felt going to this party, things could be fixed. They could come back together stronger. It's something along those lines, y'all. Somebody that she had a crush on, that she really liked, that she thought if she went there and he was there, there would be like a coming together, all right, for the two. Okay. So not today, boundaries and her avoiding conversation, not dealing, still upset. So she's not letting these negative forces win, all right? This last card I don't like at all. But my cards and spirits don't lie, y'all. They just don't. They're not going to do it. So this is our death card. Okay, this is the final outcome for her. The relationship is over. No second chances. Grow and transform. What's dead is dead, y'all. This is something we cannot ever bring back and change. All right, for her. That's her final outcome in this situation. Whenever I get coffin or death like that, or where it's saying the end is the end, the grave card, stuff like that, it's pretty much what it is, y'all. This is not a tarot deck. Like, death in tarot would mean like new beginning, or it could mean death, or it can also mean the end of something. But in this particular deck, it is what it is. All right? It means just what it is. Is the final outcome of that person's situation or whatever happened, okay? So when I get those cards, it's never good. I think that's a very good reading. We've actually gotten a lot of information, y'all. Probably too much than we were supposed to get. Corruption at its finest. Spiritual things at its finest. We're probably been looking into stuff like Masons. Stuff I don't even want to touch, y'all. Okay? Corruption, period. That's why this case is so messy, y'all. It's messy. All right? It's not just some young girl who got set up. It's deeper than that. Which is why we cannot get clarity, why we can't get the justice that people want or are looking for. Why there's a lot of unanswered questions, a lot of stupid things being said that make no sense at all. Things just being told to the public for them to just go on and move on. You know what I mean? There is a lot of messiness in this, is what I'm telling you. A lot of things connected, a lot of big things. Big things that are paying people off millions to be quiet and move on, okay? That's what I'm telling you. I had another deck down here. I thought maybe, just maybe, it might. I want to try this other deck. Hold on a minute, y'all. And see if I can get something else for my girl. Because I really go out my way for Kenneka. I do. Because I like Kenneka. Kenneka likes me, and we kind of have, you know, a cool relationship. So Let me see if I can get a couple more cards for her in this deck. So this is the cosmic insight, okay, that I'm looking into for her. Because I want to see if there's a certain card that comes out of this as well. Okay. So open your heart. It will help you attract more love, okay? So again, the Lord is the crush. This guy that's supposed to be there. She wouldn't have went if they didn't even say all that, she wouldn't have went. She didn't want to go anyway. Something was telling her not to go. But because a specific person was supposed to be there, or he was there, that was just the Lord for her. That was the deal breaker, okay? Give it time. Everything in divine timing. Let things flow. Okay. So we're going to give it time. Let things flow. Let things come out. All right. Intimacy. Sexual chemistry. Yeah, this is somebody she had chemistry with. You know, somebody she really liked. Somebody she thought was really cute. All right. Someone she wanted to get with. Just gonna be honest, y'all. Okay. That was the goal. And you know, when you was young, you did it too. When you went to a party and you heard, oh, so-and-so is gonna be there, and you're like, oh, I'm on my way, right? Okay, let me see here. Okay. So this is basically what they thought of Kenneka. I don't get this from her energy, but saying like she was just after guys' money, you know, out there being a gold digger, but I don't get that energy. Here's the thing. I really believe this card is saying that night that was the intention for her. They was going to make some money off of this girl, okay? All right, distance. You and your partner may be physically, emotionally distant. So this again was about somebody she liked, somebody she was probably seeing, or an ex or something like that. But someone she had a crush on, someone she was interested in. They separated. She thought this would be a new beginning, a bringing back together of the two. All right. Love spell. You've been bewitched. Yeah, the spell put on her. This whole setup. It's evil and twisted. It's just a way to get her there. Okay. Earth sign. Okay. This is showing this could be the other person she had the crush on. But I also do feel that she has strong Taurus traits. I am aware she is a Gemini. Absolutely, I'm aware of that. Okay. And one more card for her. Communicate, compromise, forgive, work it out. This is what she was trying to do. So what I'm getting from all of this is the person that she was going to meet or be with that night. This was the whole intention, okay? Get there, work things out, come together. Come back together, all right? Very good, very good. Did not happen that way. Just a plain old setup, y'all. And it's sad that they used her heart to lure her like this, okay? Because I think she really liked the guy. But I get he was just an evil creep too. But this was a setup, and there were other intentions for her. There's a lot of yelling, a lot of fighting. You mean to tell me no one called the police? No one said there's a big fight going on in this hotel. There's things going down. And I get the security working there at that time that night keeps saying, I'll take care of it. I'll take care of it. I got this under control. He's aware of what's going on, y'all. That's why. Only thing I could suggest, y'all, if you're ever in this situation, skip the middleman. Whoever's like doing security or so-called protecting you and stuff like this is going down, I would say just definitely protect yourself, but also call outside of that authority, like actually call 911. Like, look, I wouldn't care if it's 5 cops in there. All right. Because I get he's a part of like the corruption, and also him just, he keeps saying, you know, like he'll take care of it, he's gonna handle it, but I feel like he was shady too. This whole thing is a mess. All right. I mean, my first suggestion was to be to get out of there. But if you keep seeing and witnessing crazy stuff at your hotel stay, and the cop there keeps, or security keeps telling you, oh, I'm gonna take care of it, oh, I'm gonna look into it, it's still happening. I mean, yeah, that's crazy, right? There were people concerned. She's staggering around. She looks lost. She looks beat up. Yeah, there were some things that was saw that night. Nobody wants to talk because they know there's bigger things connected to this, especially when the case came out, like details of the case. They're like, oh, no, I'm not, I didn't see nothing. I didn't hear nothing. I don't know nothing. You know what I mean? So it's like, that makes it hard, but I get it. I get the fear of the public. I get the fear of the people, all right, that were there that night. Absolutely, I do. A lot of them were told to be quiet and paid off and everything else. There's some things going on, y'all, okay? And allegedly, okay? But we know what it is. We watch crime TV. We know all about corruption. We know, again, how these corporations, businesses, all of this gets down, okay? Keep telling y'all that. And nobody wants, thank you, Kenneka. Nobody wants to listen though, right? So it is what it is. There will be a day we will have to awaken forcefully, because these things will be right in our face, okay? And then the people that's been trying to tell you all this time, all right, Kenneka, you know I'm telling the truth. They're going to be like, oh, I remember hearing that 5 or 10 years ago, that these things actually are happening and they actually exist. But there's going to come a time where it's going to be so in your face, you're not going to have a choice but to see it, but to take it in, but to accept it. Because, not saying accept it to the point you're going along with it, but accept that, yes, this is the truth. This is reality. Okay, corruption exists. All right? These things are happening. We got the card. Those things are happening. Dark web stuff is happening. This is nothing new. But for some it is, because some people are still in the clouds. Some people choose to still be in the cave. Thinking that these murders are just people murdering for fun. Nobody has time for that, y'all. Okay? Murdering is like a job for these people. All right? It's messy. It's risky. You got to get up in the morning to do that, just like any other job. So here's the thing. A lot of these murders are done because people are getting things out of it in some kind of way. All right. Very good, Kenneka. And there's a lot of still questions I got about certain murders. Like I said, I don't feel like Jeffrey Dahmer was just doing the murders just to be doing murders. Are you crazy? You know, there's things involved with this. It's a bigger picture. There's no way in the world he got away with it that long, and it's not something else connected, y'all. All right? We just got to take the veil off our eyes and open our eyes and realize that everything around us, we have to, no matter what your higher power, pray for protection. Wear things that protect you. Invest in protection, okay? Because there's things going on around you that you can't even see or don't even know. And that's the truth. So with that said, I'm going to say very good, Kenneka. This reading was very interesting, to say the least. If I wanted to go deeper, I could do part 2, part 3. But listen here, I think it was very self-explanatory, and a lot of things that if you were asking questions, okay, was that a part of it? Now you're not. I ain't the first person that got that. I ain't gonna be the last. Alrighty. I don't know what I'm doing next, but I'm supposed to be doing Maxwell Anderson. I gotta get more protection stuff for that, y'all. I just really was thinking about her tonight, and I really just wanted to do her reading. And wow, just these young girls' lives are just taken. It's so sad. I just did a reading last night. It's just, they didn't even have a chance. You know what I mean? It's so sad. So sad. And I think about some things in my life where I know there was a higher power looking over me. I know it. Ain't no doubt about it. And prayers were being said, you know? It's why I'm still here. I know it. And it's just so unfortunate and sad. But thank you, Kenneka, for coming forward and helping with the reading tonight. You did a wonderful job. Great information. Y'all know what to do. Like, share, subscribe. Get the channel going. Get the videos out there for others to view as well. Stay tuned for future videos. I'm going to take a couple days off, kind of laid back on some things, you know. But I wanted to leave some material for y'all to watch for the week. Again, I thank you for all of your interaction, all of your support. Love you guys. Thank you, Kenneka. And good night, viewers, and Kenneka.